I was thinking about going for a hike outside.
Courier 8148 detected. Error. You have already checked in.
The Terrabrew kiosk still busted?
Error.
I swear
You have
last
already
time that
checked
thing
in
worked, there was
at
still
this
humans
location.
on Earth.
Please resume route.
I've got applications.
You ever read about the early history of spaceflight? So political. So familiar sometimes.
Accepted. You are late, courier. Please complete delivery and proceed along your route. Check-in accepted. Please continue along your route, courier.
Gagarin was a one-industry city for a long time.
Excuse me. What's wrong with jetpacks all of a sudden?
Back at last. Did you find the courier? And more?
Think you might need to work on those priorities a bit.
I'm sorry if my straightforwardness offend. Now, did you find the man or not? My God. Dead? Well, I suppose that explains why my employee... and why the tracking beacon I installed on his ship was detected. Here, your payment for finding the courier. It seems you've got some chops when it comes to... What would you say to finding Mr. Maximoff for me? Excellent. Mr. Maximoff, Bonifant, appears to have set down on another world here in Alpha. Go there and see what he may know on the subject.
Hey, what's drunk? People seem to really like it.
This is Ellie.
Well, well, well. Barrett, you're actually here. Astounding.
Ellie! Ellie, come on. I promised we'd stop by, didn't I?
People make promises all the time, Barrett. And most folks try to avoid Gagarin, not... Anyway, I'm glad you made it out here. We have work to do, don't we? Down to business. Perfect. What do you already know?
So we already know that Irvin worked for Hephaestus Mining Company years ago, and they blamed him for catastrophic economic and ecological issues here on Gagarin.
Yes. He lost his case because he didn't defend himself, and we had almost no evidence without him. Well, we can bring the case to a judge here if we have new evidence or a witness.
What about the evidence we found so far?
Yes, well, about that. It's just not enough. In order for me to go before a judge, I'd like to have some solid evidence pertaining to motive. The courts won't entertain a challenge to its ruling unless we're sure that something major was missed in the original trial.
What was the motive from the original trial?
We had no solid motive after our witness withdrew his testimony. Yeah, we need something major. Documentation, recordings.
It's been so long.
I've thought about this a lot since the original case. The mine that Irvin worked at was shuttered in 2309. They probably still have documents relating to whatever happened there. That's where you come in. I don't know which mine he worked at when the incident took place. In theory, you could find that information on a Foundry terminal. You'll need a passcode. Besides the Foundry records, there also might be something in Irvin's apartment. If he knew he was being framed, he might have...
Makes sense to me.
You've been hanging on to that old apartment this whole time, Barrett?
Yeah, it was easier to not bother with it. Not like it's worth anything in this economy anyway.
I hope you still have the key.
I have it. Figured maybe I'd...
Hopefully, that's enough to work with for now. If you'll excuse me, I have to get some court documents ready for this case.
I should still have the key to Irvin's apartment. I hope it's worth our time, but I can't be sure. Irvin's old apartment isn't far from here. I doubt there's much in there, but it's...
They said Ark might come in here was gonna bring jobs. Then they automate
Irvin didn't live here for long, but he certainly had a lot of junk here. I had no idea. All I did why he wanted me to look after his plant. Power proper lamps? Aha. Open. The suspense is killing me. Wait a sec. What about this safe? Bet it's locked by a terminal. Well, I'll be. If you ever doubted Irvin's genius, look at all this. Still chugging along 20 years later. Hold on. Is that what I think it is? Aha! Will you look at that? If we go to town hall, I bet we can get a copy of that hunting license. gotta be a way to look up applications. Hey, you might want this. I feel like we're really... I do, actually.
You heading outside the city? Be careful. If the heat doesn't kill you, the critters might.
Probably never intended for these walkways to last this long.
I'm gonna become a famous bounty hunter. Just like the man does.
Hopefully that public access computer is still working. License board sponsored by Bethesda's capital.
Security's usually good about keeping out strays, but keep your eyes open at night.
May not look like much, but there are some quality pieces in here. Let me just bring that up.
We should check in with El. Soon, after we visit Town Hall. Is that Irvin's employment contract? Let me see. No idea where mine H363 is, but we could search for it at the Foundry database. All right, we've got some solid leads, it looks like. The employment contract. The more the merrier. It was a bit strange. I was hoping for some old pictures, but... Yeah, but not for the trial. The proof is in this plant. I'm not sure. But there's probably... When we get back home... No, but it helps me. No matter how the case... In any event, I'll go through... Oh, on that note, we should give it a name. What do you think of... Then it's unanimous. Okay.
Our last head of security was a real hard ass. Now his chief Victoria's
All these fancy new businesses going up, and we still can't get them to open up the shops.
Risky. I like it. Coordinates look valid to me. Imagine Irvin thinking the same thing all those years ago. Just a job. Well, at least we know. I guess we'll see what state. If that's the case, we'll... Careful. This place was shuttered 20 years ago. But it might have new tenants now. Bingo. All right. Now let's go find Irvin and Helge's lab stations. Was the destruction of the bacterial colonies, not the apex predators. So, they ruined the ecosystem here, and it had nothing to do with Irvin. This is it. This is what Ellie needs to see. done for you. Seems like Helge tried to do the right thing here. I'm sure Ellie would want to see this. He's citing numerous ethics violations dating back before this time. And basically suggesting Watch out. It's going to be messy.
Need some work done?
Ellie! Hello?
Welcome back, detectives.
Ellie, I sent you all the data from the mine already. As I'm sure you know.
Yes, I've been reviewing it. Sit down. Let's have a chat about it. Welcome back, you two. How was the trip to the mine?
You're gonna love this.
Okay, someone better tell me.
We found the coordinates to Irvin's old work site and went there. Huge battle. Fire, explosions. Pew, 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 pew.
Barrett, please.
You should have seen the plants in there, too. Weird stuff. Anyway, you read over the documents we found there, right? What do you think?
What you both found in that mine is remarkable. These documents show that the chemicals released by the mining process contaminated the ecology even before Irvin was tasked with removing the predators. And they also show that Helgi informed Hephaestus of the issue, and it was repeatedly ignored. And with that, I think we've got ourselves a case, my friends.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear, Ellie. Woo!
Yes, but it's still likely to lose. Because what we really need now is Helgi as our witness, and that is a problem. Helgi isn't an ideal witness at all. He was our star witness the first time, and he never showed up. Plus, he's got a reputation around town. After he quit, he went a bit weird.
No, I can handle a bit weird. I know the captain can too.
Clearly. But the judge might feel differently. It might be worth finding some character witnesses too while you're looking for him. I'm glad you're taking it in stride. It's just, for a case with this much science, we need the man who wrote the claims to back them up. Maybe even explain it in layman's terms. You might ask Dr. Kayala. She checks up on folks who fall through the cracks sometimes. You'd have to convince her to tell you where he is. That might be hard.
Sounds like we're making a stop at the med clinic. We'll be back when we convince Helgi to be a witness.
Listen, if he refuses, then he refuses. Can't force him.
Yeah, we don't want to press him too hard. The last thing we need is him refuting what he wrote. This is going to take a light touch, but I think we can handle it.
I heard this story about a kid who was walking.
Do you need medical assistance? Are you injured? Is there something I can help?
Do you happen to know Dr. Helgi Hodgson? We're trying to get his help with something.
Sorry, who are you exactly?
We're detectives. Self-taught and unaffiliated. Freelance detectives. With the emphasis on the free part.
Wait, what? Detectives? Sorry, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
From Sidonia tastes like dust.
It's vacuum sealed.
Hey, more dust for you.
I'm sorry, I'm not a tour guide. You'll have to.
We're trying to help him.
It's expensive shipping things out here. And we were just told that one of our shipments will be another week late.
Is there anything you need?
Well, I could use a couple I'm eating into our emergency supplies here. No, not really.
Well, we can tell.
That's a nice thing. That's okay. It's tough for everybody these days.
Here, Doc. You can have some of mine. I only have a couple, but it's...
Thank you. It doesn't seem like much to... Listen, I can say that Helgi took up a job working at Clint's storage. I saw him there stacking boxes the last time I picked up an order. I've got to get back to my work. Of course. I need to get back to my work now, if you don't mind.
You don't look so good. You should pay Doc Kayala a visit.
May not look like much, but there are some... If you're looking for something special, just ask.
Funny you ask, because I'd like to know too. Nobody is going to know where he is aside from someone who knows the underbelly. And that is Lizzie up at the bottom. You sure you got the right person? For me, yes.
We just need someone to serve.
Sure, I can say a few words. I like him. If I'm testifying under oath.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
Gagarin's not an easy place to live. Nice to finally be getting some new neighbors.
They said art mine coming here was gonna bring jobs.
Looking for a drink? Don't serve it. Well, then make yourself come. Ah, yes. The detectives.
A reputation all...
Slow news day.
I serve drink.
Oh.
We serve drinks here. Here's a list of our specials for... Oh, that's... Here, let me fix that. Don't...
Oh, right. Of course, it's a number. Here you go, Captain. All yours.
Thanks for your patronage. Sending your receipt directly. We'll be sure to leave a glowing review for your establishment. Don't worry. Wait. So let me get this straight. You want the... Happy to take your credits anytime.
I don't suppose you're here to tell me I've won a ticket to a new planet, huh?
Sorry, Doctor. Not today. We came to Gagarin to investigate Irvin Mandani's contract with the mining company a long time ago.
Irvin, yeah. Biologist. Hunter. Then find the history slate. An ancient history.
Please. Irvin was once one... He was the one Hephaestus blamed for an ecological disaster.
No, It's been 20.
Look, I know this is strange. And that means we're the only ones who can clear Irvin's name.
And what of it? Well, you'd be wrong. It's whatever color.
Only if you let them. You're a son.
Testify. The trial is so... Ellie Yankton. But why? I can't. I cannot do that. Hard to argue. Damn right it does. Easy for you. Here's my thought. The case you have is the same as before. And I don't want to get... So no.
Okay, we get it. You don't have to testify. Any information you...
Fine. I can do that. Miss Yankton can even call them as a witness. Might even help your case.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, don't get all mushy on me now. Just because I refuse to testify doesn't mean I'm not rooting for
you. Let's get back to Ellie. She'll want to know how this went.
Okay, you two, lay it on me. Did you find help?
Well, we've got good news and bad news.
Ugh, I hate this game. Just...
The bad news. Helgi declined to be our witness. But that means confirming the scientific veracity of every document we...
Well, at least we don't have to worry about any character assassination. And having an independent party examine the data isn't the worst idea either. Well, you two have done all that you could. Now it's time to hand the baton off to me.
What do you think, Ellie?
You've done a pretty decent job gathering evidence for this case.
So what's the verdict? In this case, I'd say spoilers are appreciated.
I am cautiously optimistic.
Optimism is good.
The main thing is we'll be able to clear Irvin's name. Of that, I have no doubt. As for charging Hephaestus with a crime and clearing Helgi, that's more of an uphill battle. All in all, though, really outstanding work. And I've got to imagine that wherever Irvin is, he appreciates it too.
Agreed, Ellie. And thanks for being... We should probably get out of Ellie's way and let her do her thing. We can talk more in private. Wow, we actually did it! Solved the case. And hopefully... I feel like... What's the old saying? But it's actually true. I feel like I'm 80% biomass and 20%... Thanks. I was trying not to be too optimistic, but I think it's okay in this case. I'm feeling great. Why stop at emotional satisfaction? But if I can be serious for a moment... That makes two of us. Three if you count Harvey, and who wouldn't? In fact, Harvey's got a... According to this slate I found, turns out that our spiky friend... You know what? He just might. Harvey doesn't do well with things that require... We've been through a lot. I had forgotten what it was like to work. On top of everything else we've done together and with Constellation, investigating Irvin's case with you is something... I've come to realize that some events... Yes, some of them do. And if we're lucky, they change us for the better. To be who we are and experience the range of emotions that our bodies... And the definition of that changes forever. If one is fortunate, you might even notice event. I know I certainly am. I've explored many worlds, and I've worked with Constant, but you have changed me as a person for... I don't want to look back years from now and wonder what if. You took the words right out of my mouth. Now, mind if we get back to exploring this...
Man, can I use an AD?
Hey, when you're not... Busy? Let's chat. Fascinate me. I have to talk about the Starborn. Do you have a sec? Right? How could we not talk about it for the... It could be the dawn of... Or it could be an elaborate... Well, they were definitely unusual, but I just have so many questions. We just need more data. There has to be a way to draw them out. It's one of our few facts about them. This could be a turning point for humanity. Or it could be just the emergence of a powerful new faction, or a gazillionaire with nothing. All we know is that they wanted that. Agreed. That is going to require more observations. And who knows? Maybe we'll never see them again. I know now isn't the best time, but I need to talk with you later.
What
I
can I help
heard
you
you're
with?
what's next on the agenda. Yes! How close should I follow you? 2 meters behind? 1 meter? Less than 1 meter? I just want to make sure you've got enough space. Oh, wow. If you insist.